You're listening to Stream, the podcast that tells you what streaming on platform for subscription, rent, or buy. I'm going to talk about movies coming out streaming on January the 22nd. The first one has no tomato meter rating with an 87% audience score. It is called Born a Champion. A former Marine prepares for a jiu-jitsu rematch against a bruising opponent who cheated during their first encounter. It's an action drama movie, directed by Alex Rivello, produced by Ali Asher, Paul J. Alessi, Kevin Esbell, Daniel Espremont, Ava Redke, written by Sean Patrick Flannery and Alex Rivello. Is 1 hour and 52 minutes long by Forest Films and ESX Entertainment. If you think I chopped those names up, I'm going to say who the cast and crew was. Let's see how bad I can do that. Maurice Comte as Roscoe, Costas Mandylor as Dimitri, Curie Graham as Birchman, Dennis Quaid as Mason, Katrina Bowden as Layla, and Sean Patrick Flannery as Mickey. And this one is for rent on FlixFling, or you can rent or buy it on Redbox, Apple iTunes, Amazon Video, Google Play, YouTube, Fandango Now, Vudu, Microsoft Store, and DirecTV. No Man's Land, 34% on Tomato Meter with an 85% audience score. Border vigilante Bill Greer and his son Jackson are on patrol when Jackson accidentally kills a Mexican immigrant boy. Bill tries to take the blame, but Texas Ranger Ramirez sees through the lie, spurring Jackson to flee south on horseback across the Rio Grande to become a gringo, illegal alien, in Mexico. Chased by Texas Rangers and Mexican federales, Jackson journeys across the deserts and mountains to seek forgiveness from the dead boy's vengeful father, as he falls in love with the land he was taught to hate. It's a drama western, directed by Connor Allen, produced by Rob Allen, Connor Allen, Jake Allen, Victor Almeida, Joel Shapiro. Written by Jake Allen, David Barraza. It is 1 hour and 55 minutes long. Some of the cast and crew: George Lopez as Ramirez, Alex McNichol as Lucas Greer, George A. Jimenez as Gustavo, Jake Allen as Jackson Greer, Andy McDowell as Monica Greer, and Frank Grillo as Bill Greer. And this one is for rent on Amazon Video and DirecTV. Our Friend, 85% on Tomato Meter with a 97% audience score. This movie tells an inspiring and extraordinary true story of the Teague family journalist Matt, his vibrant wife Nicole, and her 2 young daughters, and how their lives are upended by Nicole's heartbreaking diagnosis of terminal cancer. As Matt's responsibilities as caretaker and parent become increasingly overwhelming, the couple's best friend, Dane Fachaw, offers to come and help out. As Dane puts his life on hold to stay with his friends, the impact of this life-altering decision proves greater and more profound than anyone could have imagined. It's a comedy drama, directed by Gabriella Calperthwaite, produced by Michael A. Pruss, Teddy Schwartzman, Ryan Stowell, and Kevin J. Walsh. Written by Brad Inglesby. It is 2 hours and 4 minutes long by Scott Free Productions, STX International, and Black Bear Pictures. Some of the cast and crew: John McConnell as Glenn Hathaway, Casey Affleck as Matt Teague, Violet McGraw as Evie Teague, Isabella Kai Rice as Molly Teague, Jason Segel as Dan Fichaw, and Dakota Johnson as Nicole Teague. And this one is for rent on Amazon Video, Google Play, YouTube, Fandango Now, Vudu, Microsoft Store, Redbox, and DirecTV. PG Psycho Gorman. 90% on Tomato Meter is 62% audience score. Siblings Mimi and Luke unwittingly resurrect an ancient alien overlord who was entombed on Earth millions of years ago after a failed attempt to destroy the universe. They nicknamed the evil creature Psycho Gorman, or PG for short, and used the magical amulet they discovered to force him to obey their childish whims. It isn't long before PG's reappearance draws the attention of intergalactic friends and foes from across the cosmos, and a rogues gallery of alien combatants converges in small-town suburbia to battle for the fate of the galaxy. It is a horror comedy directed by Stephen Kostansky, produced by Stuart F. Andrews, Shannon Hanmer, and Stephen Kostansky, written by Stephen Kostansky. It's 1 hour and 35 minutes long by Dystopia Films and Raven Banner Entertainment. Some of the cast and crew: Rick Amsbury as Dennis, Matthew Ninneber as Psycho Gorman or PG, Alexis Cara Hansey as Susan, Adam Brooks as Greg, Owen Meyer as Luke, and Nita Josie Hanna as Mimi. And this one's for rent on DirecTV, or you can rent or buy it on Amazon Video, Google Play, YouTube, Fandango Now, Vudu, Microsoft Store, and Redbox. The White Tiger. 91% on Tomato Meter, 81% audience score. Balaram Hawai narrates his epic and darkly humorous rise from poor villager to successful entrepreneur in modern India. Cunning and ambitious, our young hero jockeys his way into becoming a driver for Ashok and Pinky, who have just returned from America. Society has trained Balaram to be one thing, a servant, so he makes himself indispensable to his rich masters. But after a night of betrayal, he realizes the corrupt lengths they will go to trap him and save themselves. On the verge of losing everything, Balaram rebels against a rigged and unequal system to rise up and become a new kind of master. This is based on the New York Times bestseller and 2008 Man Booker Prize-winning novel. This is a drama directed by Raman Barani, produced by Raman Barani and Mukul Diora, written by Raman Barani. This is 2 hours and 6 minutes long, by Netflix and Lava Media. Some of the cast and crew: Nalnish Neal as Vitiligo, Perry Capernoris, Bennett Sinha as Dharam, Priyanka Chopra Jonas as Pinky Madam, Rajkumar Rao as Ashok, and Darsh Gaurav as Balaram. And this one is streaming on Netflix. Breaking Fast. 95% on Tomato Meter to 75% or 78% audience score. Set against the twinkling lights of West Hollywood, Breaking Fast is a romantic comedy that follows Mo, a practicing Muslim still reeling from heartbreak, when an all-American guy named Cal offers to join him in his nightly iftars, the traditional meal eaten by Muslims during Ramadan. Meal after meal, the two start to discover they have more in common than meets the eye. This is a drama, gay lesbian comedy and romance, directed by Mike Masalam, produced by Sarah Bazi, Bay Derez, Seth Hauer, and Alex Lampsos, written by Mike Maslam. It is 1 hour and 32 minutes long, by Mike Maslam Productions and Minute Hand Pictures. Some of the cast and crew: Rula Gardner as Mama, Christopher J. Hank as John, Patrick Sabongua as Hassan, Amin El Gamal as Sam, Michael Cassidy as Cal, and Haz Sleman as Mo. And this one is for rent on DirecTV, or you can rent or buy it on Amazon Video, Google Play, YouTube, Fandango Now, Vudu, and Microsoft Store. Baby Done. 96% on Tomato Meter with a 50% audience score. When Zoe and Tim found out they were having a baby, they resolved to not let parenthood change them. Tim runs towards being a dad, while Zoe runs away from being a mom. Terrified that her life won't be her own anymore, Zoe is still determined to tick off a list of their wildest dreams before the baby arrives. Zoe's increasing denial by her pending birth pushes her and her relationship to the limit. It's a comedy, directed by Curtis Vowell, produced by Morgan Waru, written by Sophie Henderson. It is 1 hour and 31 minutes long by Peaky Films. Some of the cast and crew: Madeline Sammy as birthing nurse, Nick Sampson as Brian, Emily Barclay as Molly, Rachel House as principal, Matthew Lewis as Tim, and Rose Matafio as Zoe. And this one is for rent on DirecTV and Redbox, or you can rent or buy it on Amazon Video, Google Play, YouTube, Fandango Now, Microsoft Store, Apple iTunes, Vudu. Yep. Now for the last one, called In and of Itself. 100% on Tomato Meter with a 96% audience score. This movie tells the story of a man fighting to see through the illusion of his own identity, only to discover that identity itself is an illusion. An intimate and powerful exploration of what it means to be and be seen. The film chronicles Derek Delgado's attempt to answer one deceptively simple question: who am I? His personal journey expands to a collective experience that forces us to confront the boundaries of our own identities. This is a documentary directed by Frank Oz, produced by Jake Friedman, Glenn Kano, and Vanessa Lauren. This is 1 hour and 30 minutes long by Sinforma and Walter Pictures. Alright, this is a documentary, so there's really no cast because, everybody plays themselves. Alright, and this one is streaming on Hulu. Alright, that's it. That's everything coming out streaming on January the 22nd. Have fun watching the movies. This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.